My husband's parents, who disowned him 8 years ago, showed up at his funeral demanding his house and business, claiming it was their right. But I refused their demands, and now they are trying to sue me. My husband died 3 weeks ago after fighting leukemia for 5 years. We'd been together 20 years, married for 12. Honestly, I'd made peace with losing him. He was finally at rest after months of terrible pain. The funeral was small and intimate, just how he would have wanted it. I was greeting guests when I saw them walk in, his parents and his brother Kyle. I couldn't believe it. They hadn't spoken to us in 8 years. You see, my in-laws had a golden child, and it wasn't my husband. It was Kyle, a deadbeat alcoholic who'd never held a job for more than 6 months, but somehow he could do no wrong in their eyes. My husband, meanwhile, was invisible to them no matter how hard he tried. When we first started dating, I noticed how differently they treated him. I'd watch his parents praise Kyle for the smallest things while completely ignoring my husband's actual accomplishments. It was heartbreaking. I encouraged him to stand up for himself, and slowly he did. That's when they turned on me. They tried to convince him I was poison, that I was brainwashing him. It only pushed us closer together. The breaking point came at Christmas dinner 8 years ago. We showed up out of courtesy, and they spent the entire night talking about how my husband's new business was doomed to fail. They said he was just copying Kyle, even though Kyle had announced his business after my husband did. We work with plastic recycling. My husband had done all the research, had real plans. Kyle just wanted to piggyback off the idea. We walked out that night and never looked back. Kyle's business failed within a year. Ours thrived. Even when my husband was diagnosed, they never called. Not once. They knew. I'm sure they knew. But they never visited the hospital. Never sent a card. So, seeing them at the funeral, I was stunned. I ignored them during the service. Afterward, they approached me with fake sympathy. "We need to speak privately," his mother said. I made them wait until everyone left. I was curious what they could possibly want. Outside the venue, they gave me some garbage excuse about not visiting him in the hospital because they didn't want to bother him, as if their dying son would have been bothered by his own parents showing up. Then they got to the point. "We want to discuss what he left behind," his father said. I cut them off immediately. "Everything goes to me. It's all legally documented." His mother's expression hardened. "Fine, then we want the house. You don't have children. You don't need all that space. We're tired of our place and want yours. We'll rent out ours for extra income." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They hadn't spoken to their son in 8 years, didn't visit him while he was dying, and now they wanted the house we built together? "Get out," I said, my voice shaking with rage. They started yelling back, called me disrespectful, said they only came in peace. "Peace?" I shouted. "My husband is barely in the ground and you're already here like vultures." His father jabbed a finger at me. "We're going to sue you. You turned our son against us. You don't deserve anything he left behind. You'll never win," I said. "Everything is in his will. Now leave before I call security." They stormed off, threatening legal action. I drove home, furious and exhausted. Then I remembered something that had completely slipped my mind in all the chaos. About a month before he died, my husband had asked me to help him record a video. He'd been too weak to do it alone. He told me to play it for his parents if they showed up at the funeral trying to cause trouble. I'd forgotten all about it. I pulled out my laptop and watched it again. He looked so tired in the video, but his voice was strong, clear, determined. I knew exactly what I had to do. 2 days later, I drove to their house and knocked on the door. They looked surprised to see me. "What do you want?" his mother snapped. "My husband left something for you," I said calmly. "I think you should see it." They were suspicious, but their greed won out. They let me in. I set up my laptop in their living room and pressed play. My husband's face filled the screen. "Mom, Dad, if you're watching this, it means you showed up at my funeral to harass my wife. I knew you would." His mother's hand flew to her mouth. "You made me feel worthless my entire life. You paid for Kyle's college while I worked 3 jobs to pay for mine. You praised him for doing nothing while ignoring every success I had. You mocked my business, the business that succeeded while Kyle's failed." His father's face had gone pale. "When I got sick, I waited for you to call, to visit, to show me that maybe, just maybe, I mattered to you. But you never did." My husband's voice cracked slightly, then steadied. "So I'm leaving you exactly what you gave me. Nothing. Don't ever contact my wife again. She's the only family I ever needed." The screen went black. His mother was crying. His father just stared at the floor. I closed my laptop and stood up. "He knew you'd come," I said quietly. "He knew exactly who you were." I left without another word. They haven't contacted me since. No lawsuit, no angry calls, nothing. My husband protected me even from beyond the grave.